Kanye West's wife, Bianca Censori, has caused outrage online and the scandal of the 2025 Grammys. All before the show even started. The fashion statement might even put the model behind bars. You heard me right, we have gone from the fashion police to the real police, so let's get into it. Of course, fashion is subjective because, you know, everyone has different styles and preferences with clothing amount, and sometimes you just see a red carpet look and it's so ugly that you say to yourself, that deserves jail time, but never did I think that a fashion choice would actually get someone jail time. But a completely see-through mesh dress with nothing underneath, and I do mean nothing underneath, will have that effect. But Bianca's outfit is more than just a daring fashion choice. It is one that could potentially get her in trouble with the law, possibly resulting in time behind bars. I will admit that the potential jail time is not super long. It's only 6 months in a county jail. I mean, that is long enough to be a serious inconvenience though. What Bianca could potentially be charged with is in the realm of indecent exposure. The county jail trip would be a result of a first-time offense. Indecent exposure falls under California Penal Code 314-1. It's defined as when a person exposes his or her naked body or genitals in front of anyone who could be annoyed or offended by it. Clearly, that has happened. There's no way around it. Thousands of people have shared online that the outfit has offended and annoyed them. Bianca was completely exposed under the thin layer of mesh. You could clearly see that she is naked. The disrobing took place on the Grammys red carpet. The couple knew that they would be seen because it's the biggest red carpet for the music industry. What could, I guess, save them is that there are a few conditions to 100% fall under indecent exposure. They include intentionally expose your genitals or naked body, expose yourself in front of someone who might be offended or annoyed by it, intend to direct attention to yourself, and intend to sexually gratify yourself or offend someone else when you do it. A lawyer must prove that Bianca did all of those things beyond reasonable doubt. Some are easier to prove than others. One major question is, will the mesh layer count as covering up? They could argue that she wasn't fully exposed because she had that layer, thin but there. I mean, many people online do not believe the mesh is enough because you could clearly see everything. If you can believe it though, this isn't the first time that Bianca has risked jail time with a risque look. During a trip to Tokyo last year, she sported some see-through looks that quickly sparked backlash. Exposing oneself in public in Japan is apparently worse than it is in the US, so people weren't happy and called the model disrespectful. Plus, she was also there with Kanye and his kids, so people weren't happy that she was dressed like that around them either. Bianca actually did change up her style later in later appearances on the trip. She went the complete opposite, opting for turtlenecks and even once a long cape. Despite her revealing style, Bianca has never actually been charged, it seems, but maybe this time will be the breaking point considering her bottom half is usually not exposed like it was at the Grammys this year. In the event that she is found guilty of indecent exposure, this would be her first offense. The penalties for a first offense are the county jail time and or a $1,000 fine. The likelihood of Bianca, model and Kanye West's wife, going to jail is low. It's way more believable that she would just pay the fine, which is $1,000 again. Of course, the idea of a $1,000 fine is nothing to a couple millionaires. The problem that would affect them though is if she were to get charged a second time, because the punishment is way worse. The second offense repercussions make the first offense look like nothing. A second offense is apparently treated as a felony, and a felony means potential state prison time. If you are convicted of felony indecent exposure, you have to become a registered S offender, and that is sticking for 10 years. So in the event that Bianca is charged this time, she will have to be slightly more conservative and careful with her fashion in the future, or she runs the risk of state prison and putting her name on the wrong kind of list. It's clear how the internet feels about this. People are sharing that they don't want to view Bianca in this way. There were rumors circulating that due to the nature of her chosen look, the pair were asked to leave the event. Sources have claimed that this is true, others have claimed that it was always planned that the pair wouldn't stay for the show. In the event that they had stayed, Bianca likely would have had to keep her big fuzzy coat on during filming, as networks often have guidelines about what can and can't be shown on TV. A nude body is one of those things. There were even rumors that the pair crashed the event. However, that is not true, as Kanye was nominated this year. Bianca Censori might be ruffling feathers with her Grammys 2025 look, but the idea of a naked dress is not actually new. It's just never been taken to such an extreme. Plus, Kanye and his wife are just not the general public's favorite people, so that only added fuel fuel to the fire. The idea of a naked dress, or an illusion dress, is way older than you might expect. Cher caused quite the stir in her shiny feather ensemble 50 years ago on the cover of Time magazine, but it dates even earlier than 1975. Iconic 20s actress Clara Bow famously wore one, but depending on who you ask, you could take it back even further to the original fashionista, Marie Antoinette. She was once painted wearing a gown that strongly resembled the undergarments of her time, and it caused quite a fuss. Today, the barely there look is very popular. Kanye's ex-wife Kim Kardashian has put together many looks in which she appears to be wearing very little. Her sisters are also known to don a see-through ensemble. Beyoncé once wore a jeweled Givenchy gown to the 2015 Met Gala. Dua Lipa wore a shiny ensemble to a Barbie premiere, and that's only a handful of the mesh outfits worn in the past couple decades. But still, none of those women or the numerous other individuals from over the years have ever experienced this level of pushback or jail risk, so why Bianca? Well, for one, it's clear that even before this incident, people just aren't super fond of Kanye West and his wife right now. Kanye has made some pretty controversial moves over his career, but some even more damaging comments in recent years that have left a bad taste in the public's mouth. But there is also the fact that Bianca's dress is just more see-through than the other garments. She originally stepped onto the carpet with the big fuzzy black coat and then revealed her actual look when the cameras were flashing. Usually when a celebrity wears a see-through or a mesh dress like this, it's not actually showing everything. There's usually strategically placed designs or something sewn on that hides the privates and the rest of the body is exposed. Or if the area doesn't have anything covering it, the celeb usually gives the illusion they're not wearing anything by wearing nude undergarments. With a more recent movement to normalize a woman's chest being out the same way a man's can, see-through tops are not really an issue anymore, it's more about the bottom. Bianca was not wearing anything. That does not happen. She was literally a thin piece of mesh fabric away from standing just completely naked on a red carpet. And some would argue that she is just standing there completely naked on a red carpet, mesh or not. She also might be facing more backlash at this event because the Grammys this year were not just for celebrating music, but they were also a fundraising event. As you likely know, wildfires have torn the state of California and in particular the city of LA apart. Due to the fact that there were multiple burning at once, it's heartbreaking to see so much destruction. In an effort to help out those currently dealing with the loss of their homes and the overall rebuild, the Grammys worked a fundraiser into the event this year. Some people think that Bianca's stunt was in extra poor taste because of the fundraising happening. Already, people were accusing the couple of only doing this to become the center of attention. Trying to be the center of attention at an awards show is one thing, to try at a fundraising event is another. There's also the matter that some people speculate that West is controlling his wife. Past partners of his have come forward and said that he did attempt to dictate what they wore. One journalist really wanted to get to the bottom of it all and outright asked West if his wife had free will. Obviously, West didn't take that very well. I mean, imagine having someone come up to you asking that. Kanye asked the reporter if they were crazy and insane. Still, despite the clear denial that he controls Bianca, people still speculate. The fact that she always seems to be the one with no clothes on and he's fully dressed next to her has not helped their case. It does seem to be her trademark style, though, to wear invisible clothes, to the point that when she did wear something that wasn't see-through, it actually became a whole thing. But still, people find it off-putting whenever pictures come out of the couple and Kanye is covered head to toe and she is so often exposed. But I mean, it is the year 2025, we're at a quarter of a century, and times are changing. Obviously, this is something that people have a lot of feelings about, so let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in. Bye!